Hey guys, it's me, Mooter on YouTube, and because I refuse to do anything but actually work on any of my big project videos, stuff that actually has worthwhile, I decided that I want to do a tier list video. I planned these in the past, I've never actually done one, and with Sonic Origins around the corner and Sonic Frontiers happening in the near future, I want to compile a Sonic tier list. I've done this in the past on my Twitter, but only a few people saw that, and one person said it was pretty okay. But I want to make a video. I want to kind of redo it because I don't know if I still stand by the opinion that I had. But we're gonna start with top favorites, S tier. I hope I don't get seen as some kind of stupid boomer for this shit. But here are the top favorites. Okay, so I'm just gonna straight up say I personally think Sonic Adventure 1 kinda gets a little bit too much hate. Or at least it did. Because don't get me wrong, the game wasn't perfect. DX was the one everyone knows. It's the one that has all the haha funny glitches that people went out of their way to get and then call the game bad. But honestly, the game has some of the most fun movement of any 3D platformer I've ever played, and I love going back to it every time. It's so satisfying, and there hasn't really been another Sonic game that has ever recreated that, except for a Roblox game almost. But yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites, and I've waited so long for something to play like that again, and I don't know if any other Sonic game will. I mean, my hope is Frontiers and the open world segments will play like that, because it's an open world and you speed fast in that game with the spin dash and everything, so which makes sense to me, but I don't know, up in the air. It'll probably never happen. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, it's my favorite out of the first three, because here, don't get me wrong, Sonic 3 and Knuckles is an objectively, amazing classic Sonic game. And Sonic 1 did lay the groundwork, but Sonic 2 is, it's the one that I'm always more willing to go back to. I am much more willing to go back to Sonic the Hedgehog 2 as opposed to a lot of the older classic games. I'm just saying. I'm assuming it's probably bias of growing up with it. Sonic 2 was, a game I enjoyed a lot because the multiplayer mode, even though it was shit, the idea of being a player 2 in a game fascinated me. I loved playing as Tails. And I don't know, it just played really fun. Of course, I never got past second level when I was younger, but Chemical Plant Zone. It still lasts today. Not as much, but it sucks dick. And Sonic Heroes, alright, I'm going to straight up say, that my thoughts on Sonic Heroes are purely nostalgic. Because, when I went and replayed that game, I want to say back in 2020, I had a pretty terrible time. Specifically with very certain levels and trying to complete the game. Trying to complete that game, as in get all the emeralds and do the proper ending. I think I had to use save states because that sucked. It was dog shit. I hated it. I don't know why. I just really didn't enjoy the special stages in that game. But the overall aesthetic, the music, a big part is the music. The selection of 4 different play styles of the levels, that was really magical to me, and I still love it for that. Even if it's not the best in terms of gameplay and level design in general, it holds a very special place in my heart, and it's a shame that we haven't had any sign of some kind of re-release or even remaster. I'm sorry, but if Sonic Colors can get one, so can this. So those are the top favorites. What would I personally consider after that? What would I actually like say? Like the ones I'm confident in saying, I fucking enjoy these games. It's gonna be pretty tough. Oh, I'm going to hell. And there's what I believe to be my definitive A tier. Now, I'm pretty sure any average human being would shoot me 5 times in the skull if I showed them that. But, here's my... I'm gonna try to quickly explain. Sonic 3 and Knuckles, like I said, it's like an objectively fantastic classic Sonic game, and it does a lot. And I actually do really enjoy it. The music's great, the levels are great. It's a very fun time to go through, so I respect it a lot. Sonic Shuffle, I hate to say it, but I loved that game, and I miss that game. I'm gonna say I miss that game. It's probably because of my love for the Dreamcast as a whole. I genuinely do love the Dreamcast. I didn't play a lot of games on it. I played like 2, maybe 3 games on it when I was younger, and one of them was Sonic Shuffle. I played that with my dad quite a bit, and God, like, I'm just saying, man, that game was so... It really was a good time. It was actually super fun. The whole thing is that, it's like Mario Party, but with cards, I guess. But the whole gimmick was, you could only see your cards by looking down at the controller. Because, you know, Dreamcast controllers have a little VMU. And it was super fun, actually. Like, that's a really cool gimmick. Which, unfortunately, because of how consoles are now, that really can't be replicated. That was special to the VMU unit in Dreamcast controllers. And I don't think we're ever going to see a game like Sonic Shuffle again. And, listen, I played it when I was, like, way younger. I played that... Last time I probably played that was when I was, like, around 10. Around that age. But, that doesn't mean I don't have fond memories with it. It was seriously a lot of fun. At least I remember it being. And up next is Sonic 06. Yep, okay. So Sonic 06, is well known for being shit, rushed, delayed, not delayed, rushed, not delayed. It was definitely a rushed game. It's a mess. It's a mess of a game. But I'm just gonna flat out say it. What they had was pretty damn promising. And I hate to say it again, but I actually really enjoy that game. What with the multiplayer having a lot of really wacky fun to honestly controlling pretty well sometimes. It really could have been like the next good Sonic Adventure 3, but unfortunately we all know the story of it. Now, Sonic 1, I have to say it's my least favorite of the 3 classic games. It's not bad. It's not a bad game, which is why I have it up so high. Like, I actually do enjoy it quite a bit. It's just, when my favorite is Sonic 2, playing Sonic 1 again, it's kind of just like, well, because first of all, no Tails. This is a joke. Now, first of all, no Spin Dash, which is dumb to complain about. I get it. I definitely get it that I am stupid for trying to complain about that, but the Spin Dash really did add for like a lot of fun in the classic Sonic games. And the first one, it felt, weirdly enough, the first game always, I remember it feeling kind of slow. And I have a friend who definitely disagrees with me on this, but I just think that game is a little bit of a slog to go through sometimes in comparison to the other two. And the other two are really much more focused on speed sometimes. But yeah, no, I personally, I love that game, but it's definitely not my favorite of the other two I've listed. Now, Sonic Spinball I can't defend myself for. I'm a degenerate for thinking that it's better than some of the other games I'm going to put on this list. I love the music in that game, actually. I adore the music. Listen to this track I'm putting on right now to talk about it. Yeah, I love this song. The Options music is a joke. It's a meme. Everyone knows about it. Yes, I know it's shit. And the gameplay, I've heard some people say it's confusing, which, I mean, to be fair, there is an objective that's not extremely clear, but I actually find that game kind of fun. It's it's a weird ass pinball game. It doesn't play like a normal pinball game, and I kind of find a sense of enjoyment in that. It's so weird and wacky that I genuinely love playing it. But there's not really much else to say about it. Okay, no, I did remember there is a game I gotta slip up here. And actually, here, let me. I'm so sorry. Yeah, actually, Sonic Mania is also like an objectively fantastic classic Sonic game, like in the modern era, like modern day, of course. But like, I have to be real with you. I bought that game for Switch, like I want to say like months ago, because I was like, oh yeah, I can have something to play when I lay down, because I don't want to be sitting all the time. Sometimes gotta lay down. Gotta just get some rest. Unfortunately, I opened that game once, and yeah, I don't know why I'm so like not compelled to play through it sometimes, but I know I love it. I love that game. I really enjoyed it when I first played it, but you know, I don't know. It's just weird. Something I can't really describe. It's super good, and I have so much respect for the team who made it, but unfortunately, I have stupid brain. I guess that's probably a good time to move to the next tier. Yeah, I'll go with that. Okay. I have lots to explain and to do. Okay. So I moved Sonic down to good just because for some reason I wanted to put it just a tier below. To me, this tier is like games that I'm not opposed to going back to, and games that I can say that for the most part I enjoy quite a bit. In some certain ways. Okay, so Team Sonic Racing, in my opinion, is a very good racing game, actually. I have a lot of fun with it. Like, I mean a lot of fun. I really enjoy that game and how it plays. However, there always is the weird thing of, wait, why are they in cars? I will kind of stand by this. It's always been a little funny how they are all racing in cars when, you know, it's Sonic the Hedgehog who runs very fast. But I don't mind, because it actually plays pretty damn fun and is really satisfying as a racing game. So yeah, I actually do enjoy this game quite a lot. Shadow the Hedgehog. Now, I have tried going back to this game a couple of years back, probably even last year. Have to admit to you, going for any other route besides neutral, in my experience, was a bit of pain. The level designs can be pretty not fun. I played through the game's neutral route, I think like more than twice when I was younger, but playing for a certain route when I got older and played it, when I went for the good route specifically, the mission was really obnoxious that it gave me, and I just kind of gave up. Same thing when I was younger. I think I tried going for a very certain route, and I got stuck in this fucking laboratory level with like Maria in it. I was genuinely stuck. I kept on going back and forth places, and my little child mind could not handle it. But I have a really soft spot for this game, because I gotta be real with you. Watching this game's opening when I was younger, it made me feel something. It made me feel, whoa, he is cool. And yeah, I actually thought the game was really fucking cool. Shadow with the gun blew my mind. Shadow saying damn blew my mind. Shadow the Hedgehog, I always loved Shadow when I was younger. I actually did. I had two little toy cars. One was blue, one was like black and had some red stuff on it. They weren't even Sonic and Shadow themed. Named them Sonic and Shadow. Would you believe it? I had a preference towards Shadow. I love his color scheme. I thought he was awesome. I still think he's pretty cool. And yeah, so I grew up having a soft spot for the guy, and I kind of have to let my bias and nostalgia take over on that one. Now down the path is Sonic Generations. Have to admit, I didn't enjoy this game nearly as much as I thought I would, but it was actually pretty cool. I love the whole concept of taking games from like each generation and turning their levels into a modern take. Playing the classic Sonic versions of them kinda gave me a bit of an aneurysm. I hate to say it, I hate playing as classic Sonic. I think that those games belong in a very certain engine and a very certain style. I don't like the classic Sonic stages. The modern Sonic stages though, even someone like me who doesn't really like or prefer the boost formula, they did really good. It's a really cool little concept they got, and they executed it pretty damn well. So yeah, Sonic Generations, solid game, and I would not be opposed to going replaying some of the levels. So you're probably looking at Sonic 3D Blast and you're thinking that you should probably unsubscribe from me. And you're right, probably should, I apologize for that. But I hate to say it, I have nostalgia for that game too. I really do. I have nostalgia for fucking Sonic 3D Blast. It was in the Sonic Mega Collection that I played quite a lot of when I was a young little boy. And I knew how it played. I actually understood what it was trying to do. Gotta collect the guys, jump through the ring, and I didn't get far. Don't get me wrong. I got bored of it after like 2 levels, but I did actually have fun playing it, and I went back to it recently, and I hate to say, it's still pretty solid. But with that being said, it's definitely like not my favorite game, but so that's why I put it at the bottom of that tier specifically. Now, that being said, now we're gonna get into some of the deeper down stuff. Okay, next tier is where some of the funky ones are, the ones that would really usually probably get someone steaming. Yes, Sonic Adventure 2, not really my favorite. I don't enjoy it that much, which is a pretty controversial statement, I believe. And I'm not saying it just to be controversial. I'm being genuine when I say that game doesn't give me like just the most fun that I would want out of a Sonic Adventure 2. Because a big part of it is probably the engine. It plays fine for what it is, but the speed levels are obviously like probably the most fun levels in those games, and even then I don't have the most fun playing them. And I feel like a dickhead for saying this, because like I just feel like I'm objectively wrong, but like Adventure 2 almost feels less creative than Adventure 1. It feels less creative and kind of like, I don't know, it's just not as fun to play for me. Now, of course, the big thing in Sonic Adventure 2 is the Chow Garden. Problem is, I didn't get to experience it that well. I didn't grow up with Adventure 2, I only played it probably like a couple of years back. I didn't beat the story mode. The most I played of that game is the multiplayer, which is pretty top-notch, I can't lie. The multiplayer is fun as fuck, even if it's unbalanced horribly, and I hate it, and I fucking hate it, but nah, the game, it has some value, which is why I don't have it, like, lower. It's mostly just, the game's fine, but I really don't expect myself to play through the story mode anytime soon. Sonic Unleashed, I'm sorry, but I played that game on my Wii when I was young, probably around when it came out, and the only thing I remember is playing the Werehog stages, getting super bored, and then just putting the game away and not touching it, like, for ever, pretty much. And I've tried revisiting it. I played it on a PS3 emulator before, actually. It's very unstable though, and I don't think I'm going to really enjoy the game like that. So, until I can get a better grip on the day stages in those games, it's going to stay in that spot, and I apologize because I genuinely just don't remember how the day stages really played. There's a Sonic Generations level that has one, and that might be the most accurate. If so, yeah, it was kind of fun. But like I mentioned, Boost formula isn't really my favorite, and Werehog just bogged that game down to me. Sonic Colors, I played through that entire game twice. I didn't complete it, but I finished that game twice. I played the first one back in like summer of 2020, and I kind of didn't really like it. I thought that it had some pretty fucking good highs, but some incredibly low lows. Like, for example, some of the music in that game is really enjoyable. Some of the level design isn't really that bad, and some of it was pretty fun to traverse. Some of it. But overall, the game was probably like a 5 or 6 out of 10 experience to me. And then I replayed it in Sonic Colors Ultimate, and unfortunately my opinion didn't really change that much. I think the big problem for me personally was the parts where the game goes 2D for a little bit. I really don't like modern Sonic in a 2D setting. It never works for me. It just doesn't. It never really hits me hard. It just doesn't feel that fun. So most of the time, the game wasn't really that great. And okay, gotta be real. Some of the 3D segments weren't that fun either. But I digress. It's gonna stay in that tier. I don't think anything's ever gonna change that. Sonic and the Secret Rings. The only reason it's not a tier lower is because of that game's party mode. That's right. I actually found that game's party mode fun enough to warrant it being not in the worst tier possible. Because I gotta be real with you, I think that game's base gameplay, not that fun. Which I'm sure that's not that unpopular of an opinion, but still. By the way, if you're watching this, you haven't already seen what I'm about to say, you should go watch my Sonic and the Secret Rings party mode playthrough with my friends, edited by my friend. I would really appreciate it if you did, because we are planning on continuing that. It's not going away. We're gonna finish that someday. Sonic the Fighters. Now, I am biased. I'm gonna flat out say I am biased. I love fighting games. I have most of my life. I do currently right now. And Sonic the Fighters, don't get me wrong, not a very good fighting game. Plays kind of like ass, but it's kind of funny, and it's unique enough for me to want to not make it like a terrible tier. So, gotta give it to you, Sonic the Fighters. Play weird as fuck, but you'll always be my favorite Tekken game. Sonic CD. Now this one isn't that fair, because I did say, oh, I'm gonna be ranking games that I've played. I barely played Sonic CD, but here's the thing. The little that I played kind of made me just put it down, and I was like, I'll play that a different time. Then I haven't really touched it since. I think I just really don't enjoy it that much. But I think I might bite the bullet and just play it when Sonic Origins comes out. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll actually play through it completely and form an opinion properly. But I don't know. Sonic CD, it's a weird one, and it's not one that I would ever complete, which is a little sad because it looks like a bitch to complete. But I don't know. Now here comes the spiciest tier of all. We're kind of heading towards the point of these options where I haven't played like most of the games, but I'm gonna put the games that I did play down in this tier. Alright, there we go. So here's the thing about all these bottom tier ones, is that these are games that I've played before, and I really just don't see myself playing them again unless I was like begged to. by like a friend or some shit like that. Okay, so Sonic R, I hate to say it, but as cool as I think this game is, the way it controls is really the ground, like the thing that really just sealed me not enjoying it. And I'm sure it's 100% just a skill issue on my end. But Sonic R was not fun to play. It controlled really strange, really different from the other games that I played. And I don't know, when you play that game with a friend who's mastered the controls and has played it ever since they grew up, I mean, you're obviously not going to do that great. So I don't know. It's definitely not one that I would want to go back to. Now, Sonic Riders. I played this through Parsec with my friends one time, and I'm sure this is also a skill issue on my end. I really didn't like how this one played either. I enjoyed it less than Sonic R, because at least Sonic R has a neat style and some kick-ass tunes. Sonic Riders was very forgettable to me. The most memorable thing about it is the Sonic Riders fandom, and that's not a joke. Sonic and the Black Knight is a game that I didn't enjoy when I was young, and definitely didn't enjoy it when I replayed it. I remember when I was really young, I got to the quote-unquote boss, like the final boss, which was just King Arthur when you play the Sonic, the main story mode. I got to that, and I even went as far as to look up like a video walkthrough of someone trying to beat it. It was a very nice man. I liked him. He had a nice voice, but I just remember I was listening to it, and I was like, okay, I'll try that, and it just wouldn't work. I couldn't beat him. Gave up. Never touched the game again. Many years later, back in 2020, my boyfriend begged me to play it on my emulator for Dolphin, but here's the thing, I didn't have like a weird mode I could use. Now I do, but I didn't, so I just played it through a controller and I think a mouse. Sometimes, I don't remember how I played it. Point is, didn't really have fun. It was kind of a drag to go through, and learning that when I beat the quote-unquote final boss, there's just like a bunch of shit more to do. I mean, do you think if I didn't enjoy what I was already playing, do you think I would really go and do the rest of it? So, nah, I really don't enjoy it. Sad that I have secret rings higher than it. Now, Sonic Boom Fire and Ice doesn't really count all too much, because the most I played of that was through a demo on the 3DS. But I can safely say that that was one of the most boring games I've ever played. I really didn't like it. I don't usually delete DS demos because I'm like, oh, they have multiple plays. If I really need to, I can go back. But no, that one I did delete because I was just like, I really don't see myself replaying that. I was right. I always forget that the Sonic Boom games other than Rise of Lyric ever even exist. Sonic Lost World. Now this isn't fair because I've never played that game. But it is fair because what I've seen, I would never touch that game with a fucking 20-foot pole. I'm sorry to say it, and I'm sure that everyone already fucking says it. That game's writing makes me puke. I'm just gonna flat out be generic and say that. I hate that game's writing a lot. It's like, sometimes it's not even like funny bad. It's just bad. And the gameplay doesn't really look all that astounding either. Overall, I don't think you could pay me to play through that. And Sonic Forces has to be the lowest one. It just has to be. That's a game that I also didn't even beat. I got some point through it when I got it for Easter. I remember I got it for Easter like years ago, back when I think probably like 2018, 2017. I don't remember. But point is, I got it and I was like, oh sweet, Sonic game. But it was already at the time where I was like, I heard a lot of people didn't like Sonic Forces, but I'll try it. Played through it quite a bit. I got bored, put it down. You guessed it, never picked it back up. And don't think I'm really missing much. So Sonic Forces, stay there. It's what you deserve. And yeah, that's really all I can say. Those are all the games I've played, and that's what I would rate them all. Now, I would like to know if my opinions are mostly based or if they are cringe. So if you think so, if you think one or the other, please let me know. Please comment about it. And these games down here, there actually are some of them that I still do plan on playing. I would love to try the Sonic Advance games. I'd love to go back through Sonic Rush. I did play a little bit of Sonic Rush, but I didn't really get that far. I played a level and then kind of stopped. But I'm sure it's a fine game. But until then, this is my personal, definitive Sonic the Hedgehog game tier list. And thank you for listening to me ramble on about this series that will possibly die in the next few years. But until then, bye. I think.